What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916 getting down with Fresh Out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and go to freshoutseries.com and pick you up a bar of soap to wash your ass, man, because you stink. Hey, I'm here with the homie Hector Bravo. He worked in the Department of Corrections, but had to get the hell up out of there. So we're going to get some conversation with him. Hector, I know we were talking about like interactions between inmates and guards in prison, and do you have any stories you could share, like with female guards hooking up with inmates, or even male guards hooking up with male inmates? 'Cause I heard some stories about some down low stuff going on too, so I know it goes down. And favor for a favor.
It goes down, man. Yeah, it goes down, and probably more than I can count on two hands. I've known, right, and this is throughout 16 years, and yeah, there was and it's sketchy because of the danger that it comes with. It puts other staff members in danger. There was a lady, she was a CO one time in the building, and apparently she was working that building for years, like probably 5+. And yeah, the inmate in there also in that housing unit for probably 5 years plus. So, and it happened one time, like, so how it is on our side, we'll just start catching wind or little things here and there, right? But we're never gonna like capture them ourselves, right? You know what I mean? We're never gonna. That's not our job. There's people that do that. So one homie tells me, "Hey man, I was in the restroom in the housing unit and I was messing with the locker, because we have lockers in the bathrooms for supplies and toilet paper and cleaning supplies." And he's like, there was a master. One of those combinations lock, and I yanked on it and it opened up. I'm like, what'd you find in there? He's like, Subway sandwiches, tobacco, like a jar of jalapenos, cell phones. And I'm like, oh, bro, like, hey, call squad. That's our investigative unit, ISU. He's like, oh, yeah, I already did. They told me, like, hey, just pump the brakes, put the lock back on there. We're already watching her, so don't spook her or nothing. But that's kind of like... It's an investigation.
Yeah, ongoing.
So you kind of have to catch them in the act, or they just got to have all their homework and all their ducks in a row before. I mean, because it's a pretty serious allegation that you're bringing in contraband. But the reason I said it was dangerous, because one of my good friends, man, he was a yard cop, solid dude. He got orders from the sergeant to go with another officer to go pat down an inmate, put him in handcuffs, and bring him to the sergeant's office. Well, it happened to be that inmate, big dude, big giant dude, probably like 6'3", and he's patting him down, and the dude just turns around and clocks him. Boom, knocks him down, knocks him out. Dude pulls out the cell phone that he had probably in his waistband, starts trying to flush it. Well, now everybody's fighting, alarms blaring, and they get that cell phone. Yeah, there's topless pictures of that female guard in there, shit. But like, that's just one example. There was plenty. And the thing is when they're so close to retirement and or they kind of just say, hey, wrap it up. Like, we're going to let you retire and right off to the sunset.
I actually knew a guy who worked for Department of Corrections up in Northern California, and he was telling me that there's a male counselor, and there's like this gang member, but they were on a download hooking up, and he used to bring the dude in cell phones, and he said like they were investigating them, but they couldn't really prove it, but they knew something. But allegedly, they said over like a 2-year period of time, this dude made like almost $200,000-$300,000.
They're making money. They make money, but to me, the money wasn't worth it because you're gonna get caught. I remember coming in as a young officer, and OGs telling me like, hey, they always get caught. They always get caught.
It's a matter of time.
Yeah. I knew of another one, pretty good looking female too, officer, man. I mean, we rate them different in prison. So like
prison fine.
Yeah. So like in prison, she was probably like a 9, pushing it.
Yeah,
maybe like a 10.
What, on the street?
Oh man, up there, right? Probably like a 7 on the street. So like pushing it up there. Oh yeah, dude! Like everybody was getting it. COs, sergeants, lieutenants, inmates. Like
she was getting it like that.
Oh, absolutely, man. But like that's again, it's like you can't stop them. You can't intervene.
Yeah.
I saw some messed up stuff sometimes, man. But after I saw that messed up stuff, I would always call in sick every time I had to work with that female because of how the uncomfortable position it was putting me in. It was putting me in a bad spot, man.
Yeah.
Right, like
Kind of like that. Remember the female officer recently in Memphis who was hooking up with all them 5? Her husband was a cuckold.
Yeah. Or that other lady that broke out those 2 inmates and they had gun. I don't know what they did. Remember she killed herself or something?
Yeah. Right before she's about to retire too.
See what I mean? But that's just 2 examples out of like 20 I can give you, man. But was another one. Another dude that I knew for 15 years. We used to carpool together. We always suspected this dude was dirty. And it took him 15 years to get caught.
15 years they watched him?
Probably halfway through.
Wow, so that long? They're to sit back, huh?
Yeah, I'm thinking some federal agencies got involved from what I heard. And, yeah.
Was he bringing in drugs or phones?
Probably all of the above. Grills, for sure, which caught me off guard.
Grills?
Why you would want a grill in prison, I don't know.
Dudes want grills in prison?
That dude did, that one that had it. Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
Oh, shit. Like, he's not going to be...
You know how he got caught, too? By posting an Instagram video. In the cell. What? So they just rolled right up on him.
Dude, you're in prison. Everybody got... They look at you.
A youngster, like I said, these young, probably 19, 20, 21.
Wow, not even just... They don't care. They just want to be...
They don't know. They just want that.
Now, how many of these guys, I see these prison videos the guys are filming, I mean, do they not know that like the prisoners is watching these videos to see if you guys got an Instagram? I mean, these dudes are like thinking they're on the street still.
Yeah. So like me just being a regular like guard, not in an investigative unit or anything like that, we see the videos, you look at the person and it's like, oh, I know who this is. That's so-and-so in cell. Like me personally, I'll never go run to the investigative unit and be like, look. But there are individuals that will do that, and them themselves are monitoring. They're monitoring everything.
So how prevalent would you say like the cell phone, like a lot of cell phones now?
It goes in a lot of cell phones. Because at one point, what were they selling for? Maybe like $3,000? Maybe $1,500 for sure. Yeah. I think at the highest, I saw maybe like at $3,000 that they were selling for in prison. Now you could probably get them for $800. Like if you're an inmate and you want a cell phone, you pay $800.
Wow, so the accessibility is like it's $800, you're good.
Yeah. And the good kind too, like the iPhone, like the touch screen.
Damn.
Yeah, the game has changed, man. It's just so weird, like.
And would you say people are just using them for entertainment purposes, or are they trying to hustle, or they're just looking on me? Because I know a guy. He said he had it, but he took college on the phone. He said he actually took some courses off his cell phone.
There is a lot of organized crime being conducted on those cellular telephones.
A lot of shit.
There's a lot of, probably like those flicks, naked chicks or whatever. They're just kind of doing their thing. Probably FaceTiming with their loved one, their girlfriend, their wife and their girlfriend, So,
oh, man.
They like to take pictures of themselves, like posing and tattoos and like flexing, and probably just shoot them out to like the single websites, and that's what I think.
Yeah, trying to get them a visit.
Some pen pal or something.
Yeah. Have you ever seen where any of these females with the inmates ride off into the sunset when the inmate gets out?
Yeah.
Love some successful love stories.
Oh yeah,
love connections.
Now that you bring that up, man. So this happened early on in my career. Like it didn't. It wasn't long. It was actually somebody who I grew up with, a female from like kindergarten all up. We grew up together. All the elementary school grades. After high school, we never see each other, right? We go our separate ways. I'm at the academy in Stockton. That's where I went to my academy. And I hear from behind, Hector, like a female voice, and I turn around. And I recognize her. She was looking older, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, what's up? And well, when she got to where she got to, Calipat, she ended up riding off into the sunset, getting on the dude's visitation list, and coming in and visiting them.
Damn.
Yeah, they do that.
So once she does that, she can't be a CO no more then, right?
Oh no, she got caught.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
But there's nothing like preventing them from visiting, unless they caught like bringing in dope, maybe.
Oh, so as a CO, she can visit an inmate?
Yeah, dude. But a lot of these females don't understand that once they get caught, those male inmates cut them off. Very rarely do the male inmates stay with the female staff.
Yeah, because it's a racket for them.
Because there's nothing in it for them.
Yeah, I can't get nothing else from you.
Correct.
You're not bringing nothing, not doing nothing for me.
That's it. There's nothing they can get from them.
Yeah. That's basically either you're a mule or you ain't good for really too much else. I mean, the sex part, they're really bringing in, they want to bring the drugs for the money.
Money. Dope. But yeah, that's already, what did I give you? 3 examples already in like 5 minutes? Yeah, it is dudes too, man. Well, I told you about the one with the grills. Another one dealing with some heavy, high individuals. Like, that's when you start getting like the DEA involved and the feds, and you start.
Now, what about on the flip side? Because I know I met I was talking to a guard one time, and he said he had tried briefly working at a women's prison. He said how to get out of there.
I couldn't do it.
He said, dude, I was gonna catch a case. He said, dude, it was crazy. He said, then he go by there, the count time, it'd be a show going. He said it's out of control.
Nah, man, I couldn't do it. Yeah, allegations. I mean, the prison I came from, the male inmates were making allegations that the male officers were raping them.
Damn.
Yeah, they were just manipulating the system. They were going, for...
Oh, so wasn't no validity to any of the charges?
Absolutely not. No. I mean, just blatantly not true.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Just picking the guy and saying he raped me?
Yeah, and not even possible in any way, especially after investigation proved that it was not true. But imagine going to a female prison.
Well, remember the guy in Dublin? The warden at Dublin got busted because he was having women say, they found pictures on his cell phone, but he was going around and he was actually... he had slept with like 3 or 4 women up in there. I think got one pregnant or something like that.
Yeah. It happens, right? But like the way that where the prison I came from, they were just doing it just to get a rise out of people. But yeah, it happens. But I would not want to work at a female prison because of those allegations.
Yeah. Just how prevalent it can be.
Imagine. I mean, all they have to say is that, and you're going to be under investigation. That prevents you from promoting to the next level. That prevents you from transferring out. The stress. Even though you didn't do nothing wrong, it's stressful.
Yeah, that's crazy. So as far as in your tenure, as far as working as a CO, would you say that is it more prevalent, the inmate and guard relations, and the more lower levels? Because I know, you get to a level 4, it's a little bit more serious. I mean, it's a different caliber individual you're dealing with.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Level 1 through 4. Then on the level 1 yard over there at that other prison I was at, I think the female cook, like the free staff cook lady that would cook the food. I think she had a little homemade mattress made out of cardboard in the back. Where the homies were.
They're busting her cheeks?
The homies were busting her cheeks, man. Like.
Oh shit, that was going down over there, huh?
And again, you're an officer, you roll up, you see like a cardboard bed on the floor. Like, what is this?
Oh shit. So somebody keep pointing, the next man's down there doing her thing, huh?
You know what I mean? It's like, what is going on? But yeah, it happens.
Oh shit, man. That would have been, you go to work, you excited to go to work up in that motherfucker.
So yeah, that's level 1. I know of level 2 as well. Can't say nothing on that yet,
Oh, shit.
It's kind of still ongoing.
Yeah.
And then, level 3 for sure, level 4 for sure.
God.
That's all the levels.
Yeah. I know, I mean, people think like, why would a woman do that? But you got to look at the attention. And these are dudes, these dudes got game. I mean, I tell people in prison, dudes they're well spoken. A lot of guys read a lot of books, very sharp. There's a lot of intelligent people in prison. I mean, if these guys get out and vote, and they could break down politics, they're not stupid.
They're not dumb.
They're not stupid. I know some gang members tatted up will shut you down in any university. Smart dudes. But so you don't underestimate the appearance,
Yeah, no, they're intellectual, the way that they speak, the words that they use. Like you said, all the books that they've read. Man, I mean, I've read some of those books. It's like they school you on how to interact with people.
Yeah, a lot of psychology stuff like that. Yep. And like you said, a woman who comes in there who's a prison 7 and a street, she's a 4. She's getting like, she feels like she's a queen.
Yeah, it's kind of a cycle that I've seen, man. It's kind of a cycle that I've seen, and it's through my experience. This is not to paint a broad brush on everyone.
Yeah.
Right, but it's a cycle that I've seen. They'll come in the department. They're surrounded by men. They're surrounded by alphas.
Testosterone.
By alphas, right?
Yeah, straight alphas.
Inmates and staff. So they're getting thrown. It's like a hot dog, like, you know, can't dodge them. Right? So they have their fun. They have their fun, but eventually you get old, right? You get old, ain't nobody gonna want you because they're gonna remember all the fun you had. Well, then that's when old boy comes in and just, you know, spit. Hey, beautiful. Hey, you look nice today. Your hair, your nails, and then just
bringing them
in, man. And another one bites the dust.
Yeah, I seen even when you talk about that, when I was at one of the pens, they had staff members, man. 2 dudes, they went to a party, they got into it because one dude was hitting the other dude's ex-wife, and like, you know what I mean?
Hey,
and,
dude,
he came with one dude had a black guy, other dude had a knot, and like they said they were squabbling with each other on the street, but they worked together.
Yeah, see, I like being able to talk about this because I don't think a lot of people know about this side. Like,
the fraternizing, just a lot of.
That's man, it's wild, man. It's a free for all. You know, when I was younger, I'm not gonna say that, you know, I was innocent by any means.
Yeah,
I made a lot of mistakes, but it is alive and well, man. Like, it's like what do they call those when swinger type, when everybody is just especially in smaller area prisons,
because we're out in the middle of nowhere.
Like let's say High Desert, Susanville, man. I don't know. I heard about parties that everybody puts keys in a bucket, and whatever you get, man, and that's what.
Well, you know, I know because when I first got out and I was doing my thing, I had to get my numbers. I was going to parties, and I remember this one female. She said she worked at one of the prisons, and she was letting in the party. She's getting her cheeks busted. Everybody's busting it. So I can only imagine, like at work, you see around all these dudes. She probably flashed. They probably telling who she's letting hit it up in there.
Well, you know,
but she's she's a freak.
You know, man. You know, it's like high school. The homie's gonna talk. They might show you a picture. I'm trying to kill game for nobody. You know what I mean?
Either.
But
man, shit.
We know.
I just know, like, and it's like anything else. Everybody, whether a prison guard. I mean, I done bust down a couple of Popo's wives at parties, and I didn't even know, but I can and dude is cool with it, but his wife's a freak.
But even the females will be like bragging. Oh yeah, I pulled that one. I pulled like this. So it's.
So they're even like
it's out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's good right there. Which one? Him? Oh okay, yeah.
And I give advice to these youngsters. I tell them not to do it. And some people take shots at me and be like, hey, how are you the one to be telling anybody you want not to do that? And I'm like, hey, because you learn. It doesn't end well.
Well, you don't want to shit where you sleep.
It doesn't end well.
And like, and work. If you're, like you said, you're doing time, doing time there, I mean, eventually if somebody, because I know, like, when I've seen a situation where a guard and the inmate was going after the same bribe, eventually the inmate's going to get bumped out. Because he's going to say, oh, you're out because you're messing with my, so it's always, you're never going to, that situation's going to play out. It's always it's going to be timed out,
It's that power, man. It's that power.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting, man. Because like I said, I know, I can only imagine in some of the spots, man, the little freak parties they got going on, man, everybody, man, it's some major cheek busting going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit!
I don't, like I say, man. I don't advise it. I tell people, but hey, to each their own. Go ahead and experience it. Don't say I didn't warn you. But
I wonder in a sense if that's almost like a drug, because you're gonna be at these spots. So it's like like you said, for a young dude and some young chicks, it's exciting.
You're making money. You're drinking. You're like
and there's nothing else to do. You're out in the middle. You're working overtime, and then, like you said, you guys shop at the same local Walmart.
You know what's I mean, man, I made a video on this and I caught a lot of slack, heat from it, man. But it was just nothing but the truth. Like, you see, like another guy roll up, doesn't know this person's past, and just wifing her up. And we're like, no, bro, don't do it.
I have no idea that you've been like an animal.
Keep it moving, man. Like, go to church or something. Find yourself.
Oh man!
But we see a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
It's
new dude on the thing. He's like, "Hey, what's up, Hector?"
Hey,
you like,
"Oh,
bro, she done got ran through."
Hey, do you know so and so? I'm like, "Yeah, I do, bro." Like,
yeah, and like you said, it's not. You don't really want to throw salt on her game. So you're like looking, and she sees you. She's like, "Hey."
Yeah.
You're like, "Hey,"
what's up?
Yeah.
That's it, But poor dude, poor chick, and vice versa, man. It goes the way it goes.
Man. Yeah, man, it's definitely like I said, I know the improprieties is going down in a lot of them spots, man.
I don't know if it has to do with maybe working or being in that type of environment where your adrenaline is firing off all the time.
But it's no, I would imagine it's similar though to where, if you're working at a hospital, nurses, you're working around, you do come in, you're EMT, you're like, oh, hey, he's cute, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that happens too. Yeah.
So, and I've seen where like, I got transported one time to the local hospital and the SEALs come in there and, they're flirting with the nurse. Because nurses, it's local. It's all like, who else, and they do, oh, you work, yeah, what's going on, girl, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he about to try to bust her cheeks.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I know it's a lot. It's just, it's the nature of sexual human beings.
Yeah, but it's very turned up in that environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there you have it. Big Herc 916 getting down with Hector Bravo, fresh out. Stop walking around with a crusty butt, smelly ball sack, and a funky hoo-ha. Big Herc said, wash that ass. Pick you up a t-shirt at freshoutseries.com.